In the heart of the Middle East, tensions between Israel and Iran have once again reached a dangerous high. All eyes are on the region as the possibility of a full-blown conflict looms. This recent escalation in June 2025 has sent shockwaves across the globe. And here's what we know so far. It all started with a mysterious explosion deep within Iranian territory. Reports from international intelligence agencies unveiled a shocking revelation. A covert drone strike had occurred at a strategic military facility near the city of Isfahan. Now, the finger of suspicion pointed directly towards the Israeli Defense Forces. Although Israel has neither confirmed nor denied its involvement, satellite imagery obtained by the Simpatico software company showed extensive damage to the site. The target: a Parchin nuclear facility used for ballistic missile production. This attack was no accident. But how did Iran respond? As the dust settled on Isfahan, the world watched nervously as Iran's Revolutionary Guard prepared for their retaliation. True to form, they launched a series of missile attacks toward Israeli positions in the Golan Heights. Now, Israel's renowned Iron Dome defense system intercepted many of these projectiles, but not all. A few unfortunate strikes managed to breach Israel's defenses, causing significant damage and raising fears among the civilian population. Amidst this chaos, Israeli Prime Minister Yair Golan, who recently took office with a reputation for hardline defense policies, addressed his nation. His message was firm and resolute. He warned that Israel would respond with overwhelming force to any act of aggression against its citizens. These statements from the Prime Minister reflect the gravity of the situation. They underscore the potential for this conflict to spiral out of control. Now, let's take a closer look at who's involved and what's at stake. At the helm of Israel stands Prime Minister Yair Lapid, a seasoned politician with a hawkish reputation. Lapid is committed to protecting his nation's security at all costs. He faces a daunting challenge. On the other side stands the enigmatic Ibrahim Raisi, also known as the Butcher of Tehran. Raisi, the president of Iran, is a key figure in the Iranian regime. His response to the attack on Isfahan remains uncertain, adding an unpredictable element to the situation. Iran's ballistic missile attacks highlight the escalating tensions. These missiles fired from Iranian soil targeted Israeli positions, underscoring Iran's aggressive stance. How did Israel respond? Israel's decision to strike the Parchin nuclear facility signals its commitment to regional security. This covert operation aimed to dismantle Iran's nuclear capabilities, a critical issue in the volatile Middle East. As the international community grapples with this crisis, several questions arise. What led to the drone strike in Isfahan? Was it a strategic move to counter Iran's nuclear threat, or a calculated risk taken by Israeli intelligence? Why did Iran retaliate with missile attacks? How does Iran's response align with its broader foreign policy objectives? What is the significance of the targets chosen by both sides? The Parchin nuclear facility and the Israeli positions in the Golan Heights hold strategic importance in the region. And how do the actions of Israel and Iran reflect their larger geopolitical ambitions? Now let's delve deeper into the ramifications of this conflict. What are the global implications of these attacks? The Middle East is a pivotal region with significant global implications. How do these attacks affect regional stability and international relations? How might the conflict impact global oil markets and supply chains? The attack on the Parchin nuclear facility carries substantial weight. Iran's nuclear program has been a contentious issue, raising concerns about the potential for nuclear proliferation. By targeting this facility, Israel may be acting to safeguard its national security interests. However, it's crucial to analyze the broader implications of such an action. Does it escalate tensions with Iran, potentially leading to further conflict? How does it affect ongoing diplomatic efforts to address Iran's nuclear program? Israel's response to the drone strike adds another layer of complexity. Missile attacks on Israeli positions in the Golan Heights are a direct challenge to Israel's sovereignty. Such attacks cannot be viewed in isolation. They must be understood in the context of ongoing hostilities in neighboring Syria. How do these attacks contribute to the broader conflict in Syria? What are the implications for regional security and the presence of international actors in the region, such as Russia? The international response is a critical aspect of this crisis. The international community has condemned Iran's ballistic missile attacks. The United Nations Security Council convened an emergency session to address the situation. How effective will the international response be in de-escalating the conflict? What role do key players like the United States and European allies play in seeking a resolution? Amidst this volatile situation, diplomacy takes center stage. Calls for restraint and escalation are crucial. Will cooler heads prevail? Can diplomatic efforts succeed in calming the situation? What strategies are being employed to prevent further hostilities? While the immediate focus is on diplomatic solutions, there are concerns about a wider regional war. The potential for the conflict to escalate and draw in other regional powers cannot be ignored. What measures are being taken to prevent the conflict from spiraling out of control? How can regional actors be persuaded to exercise restraint? Beyond the immediate diplomatic efforts, there is a pressing need to address the underlying issues that fuel the conflict. 8. What steps can be taken to resolve the long-standing disputes between Israel and Iran? Can a lasting peace agreement be achieved? This brings us to a crucial question. What should you do if the unthinkable happens and the war breaks out? Are you prepared? What steps can you take now to ensure your safety and well-being in case of an all-out conflict? How can you protect yourself and your loved ones? In times of crisis, accurate and reliable information is paramount. How can you stay informed if communication networks become disrupted? How can you verify information and avoid falling prey to misinformation and propaganda? Many are wondering how the recent change in power in Israel might influence the situation. What are the implications of Yair Golan's new leadership for Israel's foreign policy and regional relations? How might the change in leadership have influenced the decision to carry out the drone strike in Isfahan? Some believe that the international community could learn from the lessons of history. Past conflicts in the region serve as important case studies. By analyzing past mistakes and missteps, can the world better navigate the current crisis? How can the international community build upon past successes and avoid repeating past failures? However, others argue that every conflict is unique and shaped by its specific historical context. The current crisis between Israel and Iran has its own set of complexities and challenges. Drawing parallels from past conflicts may not provide accurate insights into the present situation. Each conflict has its own dynamics, and applying lessons from the past could lead to misguided solutions. Furthermore, the evolving nature of warfare raises additional questions. How do cyber attacks and information warfare influence the conflict? Can Israel and Iran be held accountable for their actions in cyberspace? What measures are in place to protect against cyber threats during a time of heightened tensions? Moreover, the role of public perception and media coverage is crucial. How does the international media shape public opinion and understanding of the conflict? How can biases and perspectives influence the way the conflict is portrayed? It is essential to critically examine media narratives and seek diverse perspectives to gain a comprehensive understanding of the conflict. This crisis also underscores the importance of international law and accountability. What are the legal frameworks governing the use of force and military operations in such conflicts? How can international law be upheld to protect civilians and prevent further escalation? Establishing accountability for violations of international law is vital to deter future aggression. The recent developments in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict add another layer of complexity to the situation. How do these events intersect with the conflict between Israel and Iran? Could they potentially exacerbate tensions or offer an opportunity for dialogue? Understanding the interconnectedness of these conflicts is crucial for finding comprehensive solutions. As the world watches intently, the coming days will be crucial in determining the trajectory of this conflict. Will diplomacy prevail, or will it give way to open hostilities? What will be the impact of this crisis on regional stability and global security? Only time will tell. But as we navigate these uncertain times, one thing is clear. The unfolding crisis between Israel and Iran is not just another headline. It is a pivotal moment that could reshape the Middle East and have lasting consequences far beyond the region. Stay informed, stay aware, and subscribe for continuous updates and expert breakdowns. What happens next might redefine global geopolitics in ways we've not yet imagined.